Welcome to a new day in Empyrion Galactic Survival. And here we are, we're on my junkyard base, although officially I haven't claimed it. I'm just using this platform to build my hover vehicle. It needs a lot more work, and of course what's actually happened is I've run out of silicon, which is a little bit of an issue. And just to show you what I've been doing, guys, is I've built 4 thrusters. It completely exhausts all my silicon, because what I can't make now is optical fibers. And let's just show you, if I show you here, it says they're optical fibers 3, and effectively all I've got left is enough to make 2 optical fibers. And what I've done is I've emptied out this portable constructor, because what we're going to do is get out and start exploring, trying to find some more minerals too, well, especially silicon. But I think what we're going to be doing is going west, because we've got a Polaris area here. And at the same time, what I would like to do is to do the mission in the right hand side there. So what we're going to do is jump up into here. I mean, we've got some fuel, we got a tent, got some ammunition, we got some food. I suppose I could have something to eat, just so I don't starve to death. You see, we've got loads of food here, so taking a little bit of damage. So maybe if we have a ham, that will make everything really good. And just since I've got thrusters on, I'm actually out of fuel. Okay, I'm not overly sure why I ran out of fuel, but I'll just use up all that. Oops, I shouldn't have done that, because I might need the chainsaw. Well, I think we can solve that problem before we leave. Oops. Just drop back to here, and before we leave, I'm just going to come into here. Bring up the small constructors actually taking damage. Input and output, and we don't actually have any plant fibers. I think that's due to the fact that I emptied my. So I'm just going to jump back into here and pop that. Plant fibers. Wow. Okay, let's just pull a few logs back. Just going to jump into here. What we're going to do is shove that in container controller 1. That. I mean, I want to start with empty resources simply because I would have a problem otherwise with respect to. We make about 10 of those. Yeah, carry capacity. So what we're going to do now is, you can see we've got plenty of stuff to the west and some to the south. So that's the direction we're going to go. If necessary, I'll go right round the planet, get back to here. I know in my other portable constructor over this area here, I do have some silicon. That's the little bit of the irony of the process, in the sense that I've got the silicon, it's just in the wrong place. And I think that is one of the potentials. So we've got an iron deposit over there. Well, what we can do now is just get over this way. I mean, if I found iron, that means there's a possibility that I will find other resources. What we're going to do is just swing through the trees here. And I'm going to mine a little bit of iron, simply so that I can complete that mission. We're going to do 10 ore, it won't take long to do it. Keep pushing. Right, we found an abandoned mine. Now that could be very useful, but the trouble is I don't really have the weapons to go in there and fight anything that's going on. I mean, I've only got a shotgun, and that's quite close in. And with light armor, that will make life a little bit interesting. Come in here, because we only got this survival tool. I mean, I could have made a tier 2 drill, but at the moment I'm quite happy with this drill. Why is that? Oh, there it is. We're just gonna, there we are. See, it didn't take long to do it. Maybe we just get a little bit more. Yeah. And this is actually a medium deposit, so we should be able to get a reasonable amount from it. Maybe if I used a tier 2 drill, I'd get a bit more out of this. That's it. I think that's enough. So we've now completed that part of the mission. And we just need copper and silicon. And the abandoned mine is actually in Polaris territory. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go south for a little while the daylight holds, just to see what we can find. I mean, if there's a Polaris territory there, we should be relatively safe from the what we call it, the Diracs. Sorry, brain faded a little bit there, guys. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to flip missions to the talent mission. I'm going to activate that mission and see if we find any spiders, we'll stop and kill them. Some edge there, so grab that as well while we're at it. Yeah, so we're just going to south is that way. There's some copper there, but it's the mission was we found a copper deposit down there, but that's and promethium, great, but the trouble is they're in Polaris territory, so that could be a little bit difficult. Right, that's everything to the south of us, so what we're going to do now is get west. Well, this is a really good area actually. I mean, if we can make friends with the Polaris and with a base in the junkyard there, we could do pretty well here actually, guys. I've got a horrible feeling that the silicon is going to be inside of Polaris territory. So it's just what we found. This is the abandoned mine. Now, if any of you guys are not familiar with the abandoned mine, there's a lot of good resources here. Problem is that it can be a bit tetchy. If I just kind of zonk in here, and see, I say there's some. I mean, there's no 2-tank here, and we. Oh, great! Ah. Get out again. The shotgun. I mean, we should be able to get in, loot some of this. We'll take the motors. You can hear I've woken up the screaming ad-dabs. I think as long as we don't take that. We should be able to loot out this top area. We've got some optical fibers, that's good. Oops. Yeah, what anything that's hostile is in the other side of that door there, so we're just gonna loot out this area here. Power cells. Sorry if I seem a bit twitchy. So we've got everything here. Yeah, we've got this. Yeah, that's all below us, the horrible screeching noise. We've got these cargo boxes here. Certainly take that. We've got another multi-tool, so I really want that, but so, and this is all going to help. I mean, the doors that are open are below us, and you can see I came in here. There's actually some turrets up there, and because I don't have an assault rifle, and now I could go down here, and just to show you guys. The problem is that if I go down here, when you get to about here, some scorpions are going to drop out of the ceiling. You can see I also got hit by turrets. I think that's. I'm just going to jump up here. I think we're just going to be happy with the top level for the moment. We may come back and pick that up. Yeah. So we got a fairly good haul out of that. We got some capacitors. We've got a heavy weapons upgrade kit, mechanical components. We got. So that wasn't too bad. Let's just transfer this. So I'm not actually carrying it around with me. And of course that can go in the fridge. Of course I've got to be a little bit careful because we don't have the carry capacity. Right, we're now in Polaris territory, which means that if there's any silicon by this water, it's going to upset them. I can't remember exactly what upsets them. Let me just check. What's the standing with the Polaris? At the moment they're neutral. There's here, mine or on Polaris territory, destroying a block or device operating container, killing a member of the faction. So it looks like they may not be upset if we just pick up rocks. I don't know whether that is actually classified as mining. So what we might be able to do is sneak down here and see if we can find any silicon down on the edge of the land here. Though we're going to have to keep an eye out for pteropods. That's silicon. We're just going to find out. We got some silicon ore. We may have to do this the hard way, guys. And we don't seem to have upset the Polaris over this, so maybe I'll just grab some. I'm going to stay in third person because sometimes it's actually easier to spot things. Pteropods when you're actually in third person. It means if they start to come from one of your flanks, you can actually see them. I know this is a little bit desperate, but this might be the only option we've got. So, I mean, it's not going to be brilliant, is there? So, I'm just going to sneak through here. Don't think. Yeah, they don't get upset if you gather items as well. It's just if we actually mine anything specifically. There it is. Just there's a pteropod there, and he's a little bit too close to comfort. I could possibly just quickly grab that. I mean, I would take down the slime creature, but he's could be a little bit awkward. Hello, that's the slimy. Right, we found an iron deposit. There's another pteropod there as well. Wow. Let's see, is that actually? That's actually outside of Polaris territory. Let's just go towards the iron deposit in this direction. It's a small one, so it's probably not going to be worth mining that much. I'm going to keep creeping through the trees here. And maybe I haven't actually found any spiders yet. Come on, spiders, I want to kill you because I want to improve my reputation with the Talon. There's copper there. Don't really need. I suppose I could grab a little bit of copper. I know some of you guys will say it's a waste of time, but I actually just enjoy picking up the rocks as I go along sometimes. I mean, I think it just makes the game a little bit more entertaining. It says there's a lot to the south, but I can imagine most of what that is to the south. It will be Polaris buildings. I mean, we could trade, but I don't really have anything to trade with at the moment. That's just... Oh, that looks like silicon as well. Who the heck's that over there? I think that's Talon actually. Just keep. Oh, just go over and say hello. Yeah, they're Talon. Okay, so we're just going to keep going through the trees here and see what we can find. And of course, we got mountains to our left, which there's no way I'm going to get up and over with this craft, especially those almost vertical heights. So we're kind of trapped on this north side of the mountains at the moment, which is okay. We're just going to keep pushing through here. And the mountains are pushing us. Hopefully they won't come right to the water. I think the way the game generates terrain, it doesn't actually, you don't ever see, well, I can't ever recall seeing mountains which actually go straight into the sea. There's normally a narrow strip between the mountains and water. Famous last words. I mean, we've got plenty of plant protein here. Not that I need it, but we might as well pick it up as well while we're on it. Keep pushing through here. Maybe if we get over by this shore, we might find a little bit more silicon. Copper and some iron here. And there's some plant protein as well. A couple of copper. Can you hear the pteropod? And there's the pteropod. There he is over there. There's a lot of pteropods running around on this planet. I'm just going to actually now just keep going. And we could pick up some buds. And we're in this area here. And there's more actually silicon there as well. Okay, alien insects counts as. Okay, let's just get our tally up. And of course, if you think I'm killing these quite easily, please bear in mind that when I started this Let's Play, because it's only for experimental, I'm actually playing on, I think it's medium rather than hard. So of course these creatures go down a lot quicker than they would be on hard. More silicon now. So I'm just going to drop around here. I haven't quite yet made up my mind on what configuration I'm going to play once the Alpha 10 goes into this stable branch. One thing I have been thinking about, guys, is that because of the way Alpha 10 is, there's very much a focus on base defense and items like that. I mean, I could very easily, when Alpha 10 goes into the stable branch, I could carry on with this Let's Play, but there's also part of me that says I would like to start again on a larger planet, because I mean, I do enjoy playing on the larger planets. I mean, if you guys got any opinion on it, feel free to chuck it in the video description. Well, I'd also like, once Alpha 10 goes into the stable branch, I'd like to do a start, but not without the tutorial. And maybe on hard, just to see how things goes. It says there's absolutely nothing to the north of us, so we're going to keep just going west, I think. Am I off for fuel? We've got loads of fuel at the moment. So, just keep going this way. And we've got mountains. Pick up some spices while we're at it. I think I'm currently building up stuff that will perish, so get that into there. And just drop this in there. So at the moment we got 27 silicon. It's okay, but it's probably still not quite enough. I would like to get about 100 odd. Now, so we're out of Laris territory. Pushing, if we go south and southwest, I think that would take us a bit more back towards the mountains. There was a lake here, I think. Yep. I mean, there's pteropods everywhere. Question is, to which side of the lake do I go? I think we're just going to follow it round this way. Because if I find anything worth mining, I want to be able to mine it without having to worry about upsetting the Polaris. Some more silicon there, so it's getting a little bit chunky as well, which is a little. Why is that saying cannot do it? Cannot actually. Okay, I'm in the dead zone. Now, I never knew that, guys. And you can't actually pick anything up. So this is a complete dead zone. Wow, I never knew that. Okay. Why? Brief moment then, I thought it was also going to let me cross the dividing zone. I think I've just crossed over it. Yes, I've just passed it. That brief flash, whoops. That brief flash, I don't know if you guys will actually see that. Was me passing through but effectively it's the join in the map. It's just yeah, so you can't mine anything in that strip there. That is very, very interesting. What's it got there? Grab that. I'm just going to keep. So it says that the engine compartment is over there. I mean, we could effectively go all the way around the planet. But the downside of that is that means I'm going to have to keep going to get back to where I was building my hover vehicle. I mean, that would be a bit ironic, wouldn't it, if there's loads of stuff to the west, so we're going to keep going west just to keep opening up the planet a little bit more. Place that. Just going to grab that. Let's just rock. Let's just rock. Just curious here, guys. These mountains seem to be coming down very close to the edge of the lake. Actually, this is getting into a little bit of a blind alley here, so no, I'm just going to keep going west. I mean, it looks like we're completely full to the west and south, so this could be quite a rich area to operate in. And this could be a good place for a base, assuming that it's not full of hostiles or anything like that. I'm just going to keep pushing through this area here. And just going to keep the mountains on. Oh, there they are. Okay. Hello, boys. I've been looking for you. Hey, don't go running away. And that gives us 8 predators. I hope it'd be really great to finish this. I think one of these is so we need 2 more. Maybe if we find some insects or anything like that, I'll kill those. If I can get this another run of these missions for the Talon out the way, that will make life a little bit easier. Wow, look at that. Look at that for a full radar. There's stuff all around us. Right, we've got some interesting depressions here going down to the water. I want to keep away from them simply because that could cause me problems. We're just going to push. This looks like this is. I mean, the radar is actually flipped right round, so it's almost saying that what we need is back this way behind us. But we'll open that up in the future. This is just getting out and exploring. I mean, when if push comes to shove, what I could do is head for the engine compartment, and what we could do is actually upgrade this ship with the necessary thrusters, and I could put some RCSs on it, because I mean effectively that's all I need, isn't it? We found another alien outpost. Let's just go check that out. Yeah, I mean I could put a couple of RCSs on it and put the necessary thrusters on it and upgrade the ship back at the engine compartment, and then I could then fly round back to the junkyard and then swap everything round with the two ships that way. I mean that might be another option. Let's just have another check at the alien outpost. Going this way, because I mean it'd be no problem to put 8 thrusters on, or 8 lift thrusters on the hover vehicle. That would give me a lot more carry capacity. I don't think there's. No, this is just an empty alien body, I think. As far as I know, there isn't anything in these at all. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I mean, it says there's stuff to the north now. Let's keep going. Yeah, I mean, there's Talon territory to the north. I mean, there could be some advantage in visiting that area. But I think we're going to keep heading towards the engine compartment and see how things go. And see what we can find, guys. Obviously this isn't particularly that exciting, but getting flashes on the screen. I don't know if that's the graphics or not. Right, we've got a lake ahead of us. Right, we're now in Talon territory, which isn't particularly very good news. And of course, it goes without saying, we've found some iron there. So I think we go this way and just skirt round the Talon territory, and just to make sure. And we're out of Talon territory again now, so okay. On spiders, you've got to be hanging around. Someone's got to be hanging around here. So, there's actually a patch here. Now, I think so the terrain is actually changing now. We're getting into a little bit more arid territory. So we're only 6 kilometers away from the engine compartment. Right, we found an abandoned drone base. Now, again, this could be a very interesting place to loot. We found a copper mine. That could be useful because I've still got that other mission, so we're just going to get back to the tutorial mission. One, isn't it? Okay, okay. Grab the silicon, grab that, and just get a little bit closer. I think that'd be close enough. Drill. I'm just going to drill down here, guys. Oh, great. And hear insects nearby. I mean, if we do this pretty quickly, I only need 10. I've got quite a lot of copper. stashed around. So and it's quite interesting that it's counting silicon ore that I've picked up. Got 19 there. That's good. Okay. Flip. Hey, what's going on? I'm going to flip back to the other mission for pest control. I'm just going to pick that up. Get to the shotgun. Where are you? I know you're here. I don't want to fall down the hole. Did he disappear? I changed missions and then they actually disappear. Okay, I don't care. Whoa. We're going to avoid flying over the hole. That could be a problem. So we just flip this in. Put that in there. This in the fridge. So that it doesn't perish. And that can go in controller 1. So almost all the life forms have disappeared from here at the moment. I don't know if there's a reason for that. Right, there's nothing ahead of us. It's slightly disappointing, but my instinct is to keep pushing this way. Actually, we're going south for the moment, not west. It looks like the engine compartment is on the other side of her. Wow, that is a... We're gonna have to go north. We're gonna have to go round this really big lake. This is one of the major limitations of this ship, is the fact that so what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to skirt up this way. Oh, it's a little rock. Cut it out, game. We'll leave the dinosaur alone, and that gives us another run at that mission. So that mission's finished. Let's get back to tutorial mission, basic building, activate. Okay, let's go and find ores. Yep. So all we need is some more silicon, which I just flamed past. Bring. It's just maybe we can pick up a little bit more. That silicon, can't tell in the sunlight. Now that's just rock. Don't really want to lug rock around with me at the moment. There's the junkyard. So the junkyard's 5 kilometers away, and the engine compartment is 5 kilometers away. And we're about halfway between the two. So that's some more silicon there. No, I think that's rock, isn't it? Yeah, pretty sure that's rock. Plus there's a pteropod hanging around, so I think what I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to go and follow the lake north, open up this area, and maybe, I'm not sure which way we're going to go. Wait, cut it out, go away. Yeah, I think we're just going to keep exploring. There's a slime monster there. Abandoned drone. So there's the abandoned drone base here. Now, the abandoned drone base does have some defenses. It has some lightweight sentry guns, so I'm not going to go in there. Oh yeah, see, he's firing at us, but we can Skype past him pretty quickly and just keep going. I think we'll just go north for the moment because there's lots of deposits and items to the north of us. So we're now in Talon territory again. Great. And I don't think my reputation is good enough to let me mine at the moment, is it? Oops, don't want that. No, we got to do the mission a couple more times, at least well, twice. I mean, I don't think there's any other Talon missions we can do. The world is filled with places where there's where the unholy are hiding from our eyes. Can you feel it? How can you help us find some of these its hiding places? Touching the weed. I mean, harvesting contaminated wood. Fend off this legacy. I mean, we could take a look at this mission. See what this mission is. It says locate a couple of spots. I've got absolutely no idea what that is. Don't know if anything. Sometimes what happens is when you do this, something appears on the radar. Where am I? No, okay. I'm just gonna get back to the tutorial mission, guys. Okay. Yeah, we can do the other mission later on. I just don't really want to get drawn into it at the moment. So I'm just going to go up here. Just would like to get that. That's silicon. No, I think that's rock. Okay. We need 5 more. Silicon. Oh, it's difficult to tell in this light whether that is silicon or not. No, it's rock. Oh well, we'll just pick it up. We may have a need for crushed stone eventually. Just going to keep going north. See what we can find. So, I mean, there's a big flat open plain here. Now, prior to this update, a nice big flat open plain like this would be great for a base because you can see the drones coming. But now with Alpha 10, a big open area like this isn't probably such a good idea because yes, you'll be able to see the base attacks coming, but at the same time, you may regret that because they will be able to fly straight in and land right next to you. I think that's silicon there. No, that's just rocks. Obviously, I'm in rock territory at the moment. I keep flying through here. See what we can find. I just want to keep away from that little indentation there because that might give me some problems. And there's a lot of stuff to the east. We've got mountains to the east, so we're going to have to fly round them. And we're just going to keep going. We fly along this ridge line here. Whoops. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Yeah, the ship's getting a little bit unwieldy, which is a sign that it is getting a little bit overloaded. We can grab that. And we're actually needing something to eat. You can don't put that in there, just shove that in there. Put the gold in there for the moment. And I mean, we can have some salami, which would give us 51 health. And we got a little bit of steak, we got some there. I mean, that gives us 125, that gives us 104. So hams are pretty good. What I could do is just going to hook this up to the fridge, the output fridge. That's food. Oh, we can't make hams. Oh, that's annoying. And what we'll do is we'll make about 10 steaks then. We got plenty of meat at the moment. Get out of the way. Yeah, I'm getting overloaded now. You can tell that by the problem I've got getting up here. Oh. We can't get up anything that's over a reasonable gradient. So what we're going to have to do is fly through here. I found another iron deposit. Great, thank you. Thank you, game. I always wanted an iron deposit. Right, we found a Talon outpost and a silicon deposit. I can really hate you, game. We've definitely got to make friends with the Talon. And copper, yeah. And we've got night raptors here. Okay. Try and outrun those guys. I don't really want to fight them at the moment. Right. We found a bazaar. Iron deposit. Wow. This could be guard post. Another outpost, another 300 points. So we've now literally flown right into. Oh, look at that over there. That looks very much like a Polaris shrine on the horizon over there. Of course, we can't do anything about that at the moment because to attack that we would need a small vessel. So we found another guard post, and I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. I've gone on a lot longer than I originally intended. We've flown around here. I think what I will do off camera is try and make my way back through Talon territory, maybe round the top of this lake. I mean the vehicle here. And what we're trying to do is get back through here, round here, and get back to here, I think, rather than going the other way. We've got a nice big Talon area here. Right, guys, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.